In November, a Northwest Iowa fire chief lost his own home to a house fire. It's been red tagged ever since.
Yeah, on November 6th at around 1 p.m., fire crews were dispatched to a house fire on Main Street in Pierson. Kingsley, Pierson, and Correctionville fire departments all responded and were on scene within 8 minutes. The fire began on the second floor but quickly spread throughout the home. No one was home at the time, but 2 animals were inside. A neighbor and a volunteer firefighter who hadn't put his gear on yet ran into the burning home to save them. The dogs were rushed to a vet in Sioux City and were released back to the family the very next day. KTV's Taylor Deckard sat down with Fire Chief Lucas Ploen to find out how he and his family are coping.
And to learn how the community can help support that family in the new year.
Lucas Ploen has been fire chief in Pierson for just over a year, but he's dedicated almost a decade to being on the volunteer fire department. He says what was a fire call about what they thought was his neighbor's house ended up being a fire at his own house.
When it happened, my heart sunk right away.
Chief Lucas Ploen was out running errands the day he got paged that his own home was on fire.
I had a fellow firefighter call me and says, we need to change the address, that it's your house.
2 months later, the house still sits empty, hardly touched since the day of the fire. The Ploen family is temporarily calling Correctionville home.
I've been in to be able to collect what was salvageable out of it. The first time in was pretty devastating. I mean, I did walk through the day of the fire after the department got everything put out and cooled off and was able to go look through and see the damage. Didn't hit home until it was just me and my wife that walked through afterwards.
Ploen says he's not one to ask for help, but people offered to help even before the fire trucks left.
We weren't even off scene yet, and there was people around the community, other people on the department came to me asking, we need to plan a benefit or something.
Before we were even out to my parents' house, there was donations for clothes for the kids and all that before anybody was even back to the house. It was sitting on the front step. Pierson's done a great job.
The new year brought a new perspective on life and a goal for the Ploen family to get back home.
Don't take anything for granted. We're hoping there's going to be either a house fixed or replaced where it's currently at. We will stay in the community. We're not going anywhere else.
Ploen says he hasn't been on any fire or rescue calls since that day. That's because thankfully there have been no fire calls since his own house fire in November. He adds that the distance from his rental home is also a challenge on attending any calls right now. He says he hopes to be back in town one day. Taylor Deckard, KTIV News 4.
The community has come together to support the Ploen family, this with a weekend benefit coming up. One of the organizers says the benefit is bringing people together, and not just from Pierson. Donations and support have come from several other small towns across Northwest Iowa.
There's a lot of people wanting to come out to support somebody like our fire chief that has always put his life on the line and always helping other people. That what comes around goes around, you know, so people want to help him now.
The community is invited to this benefit for the family on Saturday, January 10th, and it was there in the neighboring community of Kingsley. It's taking place at the community center in Kingsley. The event kicks off with a pork loin meal. It starts at 5 p.m. There is a free will donation at the door, and there's also a silent auction that will open at 5 p.m. that night with bids being taken until 9 p.m. There's also a live auction and band from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m.